Author Samuel Smiles once said that the duty of helping oneself in the highest sense involves the helping of one's neighbors. Now, this saying holds true as we embark on a brand new series called Friends for a Better World. Each episode takes us to a different country where you'll get to meet Singaporeans who are doing their bit to connect communities, enable collaborations, and affect change. Our first stop, Vietnam. There are some 24 public libraries in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. But for students living in rural areas, getting to one isn't always that easy. Making a trip to a library like this can be a real challenge for them and can take hours to get there. But thanks to a Singapore-Vietnam partnership, they found a way to bring the library to these kids instead. Imagine a mobile library going from school to school. Words on Wheels, created by the Singapore International Foundation, or SIF, 5 years ago, is exactly that. SIF runs them with their partners, notably Keppel Land Vietnam and the General Sciences Library in Ho Chi Minh City. SIF volunteers like retirees Tom and Vivian Wong accompany these roving libraries. Their mission, to teach basic English to students in the schools that the library stops at.
Part of my lesson plans mainly will be flashcards.
I will test the limits. I'm going to increase the level of difficulty and add in more new vocab or words for them to learn.
This time around, I'm going to teach the children about fruits, and at the same time, I can teach colors as well. Those kids are very eager to learn English. I'm going to make it really fun for them.
The Wongs started volunteering with SIF in 2013 and have done 4 trips so far. Today, they have to train some volunteers before they leave Singapore for Vietnam.
Tom, I'm Sean. Have you ever encountered
But before they leave, first, a group picture. Ho Chi Minh City is a bustling metropolis of more than 7 million people. Named after its revolutionary leader and former president, it embraces both its communist heritage and the trappings of capitalism. The Wongs and volunteers are here, en route to a primary school. They use the 1-hour journey to rehearse their lesson plans. Tom and Vivian have been married for 40 years. They met at a party. Tom then a fighter pilot and Vivian an architectural draftsman. They're now active retirees. Both coach new folk dancing and lead teaching missions to neighboring countries.
We use teaching through songs. We group them into teams, a lot of group dynamics. We get them to do their speaking and listening first. When we were young, we all start to learn how to pick up the language through actually listening and talking and speaking.
Once they've joined the other volunteers, it's straight to class to be teachers for the day. Each class lasts for about 2 hours.
The most effective way for primary schools, I find that using this method called What's in My Box, and I put a lot of objects in there. Stay there and pick something out. Show them. Anybody know what is this? And then from there on, I'll teach them the English word for that. Okay. Even the school teacher actually sat behind and looking at how we conduct our classes. They also want to learn from us to make the lessons fun so that they can also engage their students to make them learn in a fun way.
Thầy giáo Thơm ở Việt Nam tiếp xúc với các em học sinh thì giảng dạy cái phương pháp dạy học là tương tác, là cái phương pháp dạy rất là năng động và giúp ích cho các em học sinh học tập tích cực. rồi và các em nó sau này lớn lên thì các em nó sẽ có dịp thì các em sẽ được đi giao lưu với các bạn bè quốc tế và giúp ích cho các em sau này, và đó cũng là cái điều rất là quan trọng, giúp cho các em học được một cái ngôn ngữ mới thì các em sẽ thuận lợi hơn cho các em sau này.
Next stop is a secondary school where Tom teaches mind mapping. The volunteers coach the teens how to do it. One of them is Ray, a lawyer. Ray has a personal reason for being here.
I try to reach out to the children who are the quieter ones, the shyer ones, because I do see a bit of myself in them. As a younger child, I used to be very shy and reserved. I actually took a teacher who reached out to me personally to talk to me, and who even wrote me letters to encourage me to learn English and write English, which I think really encouraged me to continue learning and be the person I am today. So I just hope to do something small like that for a child, just one child a day. I mean, even one a day would really make my job done here.
Curious about how the classes are run, the school's principal and a teacher pay them a visit.
I think that English is an international language, and my students, when they become a businessmen or politicians, if they are good at English, they can communicate with other people. I think that my classes is not enough for them because we just have 45 minutes in one period. So I cannot convey all my knowledge for my students. So I ask my students to spend more time learning English at home, and they can have more time for their learning English.
The students can further improve their fluency in the language thanks to the English books available at the Words and Wheels vans. SIF has 2 such vans in all, one in Vietnam and another in Bandung, Indonesia.
I chose this book because I really like guitars. It helped me improve my English skill.
Thư viện đang cố gắng tìm kiếm và phối hợp với các công ty lớn cũng như là những tổ chức phi chính phủ để nâng cao cái cơ sở hạ tầng thông tin của thư viện, trang bị thêm máy tính và các thiết bị hiện đại và nâng cấp cái đường truyền wifi để cung cấp cái khả năng truy cập cho học sinh và người dân thành phố. Điểm thứ hai là tới đây thư viện cố gắng thêm 2 xe thư viện lưu động giống như cái xe thư viện lưu động này để đi phục vụ học sinh và người dân ở vùng sâu vùng xa.
We have reached another stage in life. The struggle for success is over, so to say. We're actually struggling for significance. And in this part of our life, I always think that we should do things that are significant. And contributing back to society is one of the best ways to do it. We feel that we are like cultural ambassadors. We're actually representing Singapore. There's some cultural exchanges there, and the world can get better if we treat each other like friends.
For us in Singapore, clean water is just a turn of the tap away. But in developing nations, many get their water from streams like this, wells and rivers. The challenge is making sure the water they collect is safe for drinking. We travel to Cambodia next and zoom in on one group's efforts to bring clean water to the villages there. The United Nations Children's Fund says 40% of Cambodians lack access to clean water. In Kampong Spur, one of Cambodia's poorest provinces, many still turn to rainwater.
I'm in Kampong Spur. I'm here to build a water filter for some of the villagers over here, yeah. I'm here to bring a change in people's life.
These student volunteers from Singapore's Institute of Technical Education are going house to house to install biosand water filters.
This is my first time making a water filter, so I'm a bit nervous.
The filter makes use of sand and gravel of different sizes. After a quick rinse, the larger stones are poured into the cement housing. And then topped off with finer sand to act as a sieve. Water is then poured into the filter to test the flow rate, as well as to build a top layer of naturally occurring microorganisms. Together, this biological layer and the sand sieve can kill up to 99% of the bacteria in the water. It will be a week or two before the water comes out clear and is safe for drinking.
It is seriously harder than it looks, but it's a lot of fun.
These students learned how to build this water filter in just one morning, thanks to the leadership of this man. Master Warrant Officer Salua Sundram has served the Singapore Armed Forces for over 30 years. The 49-year-old takes time off work 2 to 3 times a year to volunteer in the Water for Life project in Cambodia, run by the Singapore International Foundation.
Through my service here in the last 4 or 5 years, I've made some very good friends.
Their mission over the next 3 days is to build 10 water filters and install about 30 of them into rural homes.
You must make time to stop, smell the flowers, enjoy the journey, look at the smile in the children's face, and appreciate nature.
SRF's Cambodian partner is NGO Sausari Foundation, headed by 36-year-old Vichit Un. In his earlier work to help girls sold into the sex trade, Vichit has learned that he must first tackle the root cause of the problem.
They told me that because of their family is too poor and no one is helping to the family. And I asked them, how we help you? They said, don't need to help me. It's helping to my society, helping to my family. Maybe next mother don't sell their daughter to the brother.
Vichit believes that the lack of clean drinking water is preventing families from being well enough to earn a regular income.
The UNICEF said that more than 40% of the children die because of the waterborne disease. And then this, because of we don't have running waters in the country, and also we rely on traditional way of living that we store waters in a pond that we dig, and then the people just don't happy to drink clean water.
After a brief demo, the volunteers have a go at constructing the biosand filter. Invented by a Canadian, the device is housed in a cement casing which the volunteers are able to build themselves. It will then be filled with layers of sand and gravel to trap particles in the water. The filter doesn't need electricity, so it's perfect for rural villages.
Handling with sands, granite, and also cement with your bare hand, which is like very uncomfortable. Yes, there's sharp edges. Have a cut of my hand.
Actually, I don't like getting dirty too much. That's why, yeah. But I still like did together and everything. Yeah, it was fun. You get to learn new things.
The hardest part for me is the part when you put in the cement into the biosand filter, because it takes a lot of strength and teamwork.
I think the Korean working style is a bit different from Cambodian style, because what I observed is that they like working fast and goal-oriented.
It costs about $40 to make and install one biosand filter. But many villages pay less than $2.50 for it, thanks to SIF and project owner Neon Development.
I personally believe that bringing clean drinking water is not only a basic necessity for the villagers, but it is also a human right. What inspires me is to see the local NGOs trying to help their people. My impression of Cambodia changed for the better because I see people want to do well.
So, Syndrome is like some other very committed person who comes through Water for Life, and we know how the local people feel, So he can understand what we are doing here. He feel like a very close friend to us already.
I felt a chemistry with Victor, and I was very impressed and inspired the way he ran this particular project single-handedly. He went through a lot of trouble. He did not quit. Because he did not quit, that made me even more stronger in my bonding with him, and I want to support him further.
Up next, cutting their teeth in volunteerism as they make new friends. Despite the language barrier, the volunteers from Singapore bonded quickly with the children in Cambodia. Through smiles and gestures, the brief encounters led to a genuine connection.
I really saw the smiles on every household. The smile on their face make my day. Really make my day, yeah.
SIF started the Water for Life project in Cambodia in 2010. Today, these filters have transformed over 17,000 lives in more than 2,600 homes. Before construction worker Sok Soi started drinking filtered water, he and his family were falling sick all the time.
អស់ម្ដងទៅម្ដងអស់ 20,000 10,000 ខ្ញុំពេលប្តីខ្ញុំឈឺខ្ញុំលក់ដីអស់មួយហាត់ហើយគូអស់ 5 ហើយរទេះមួយហើយដើមថ្នោត 30 ដើមមានអារម្មណ៍មិនមានអារម្មណ៍ធុញថប់ខ្លួនឯងប៉ិនឈឺហើយក្ររកអីមិនបានឲ្យកូនទៅរៀនគេចាប់ចុងចាប់ដើមតូចចិត្តនឹងវាសនាខ្លួនឯងដែរ
The turning point came 3 years ago, when volunteers installed a biosand water filter in their house. Instead of collecting well water from half a kilometer away, Ung Yun can now use water from this pond next to her house.
ប្រើបានក្នុងរយៈពេលមួយខែខ្ញុំពិនិត្យមើលទៅខ្ញុំថាគ្រួសារខ្ញុំគ្រាន់បើឈឺគ្រុនអីអត់ទៅវាមកប្រជុំ ដល់ពេលខ្ញុំប្រើជាប់មកទល់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងគ្រាន់បើមែនអត់មានកូនណាឈឺកូនណាគ្រុនណាបើឈឺក្បាលវិលមុខតិចតួចវាមានលោកគ្រូអត់ទេតែបើថារៀករស់ដូចពីមុនពេទ្យចូលដាក់ទ្រុំញឹកញាប់អត់ទេលោកគ្រូ
Now that Sok Soi is able to work regularly, his income has jumped from under $50 a month to nearly $250. Their children are in good health too. 3 of them are now old enough to work in garment factories, pushing the family income past $650 per month. The family is ready for bigger plans, including sending their youngest son to school.
ខ្ញុំថាគម្រោងថាធ្វើផ្ទះឲ្យកូនមួយ ហើយខ្ញុំថាបើបានផ្ទះហើយចង់ដាក់ទាំងវិឡាឲ្យកូនឲ្យភ្លឺពេលរៀបចេញទៅធ្វើការបើកភ្លើងសិតស័ក្តិសិទ្ធអី
To cap off the stint, the volunteers visit a school to teach the kids about personal hygiene.
What happens if we do not brush our teeth?
It was really important for them to learn this stuff, as I heard from somewhere that they usually don't brush their teeth. They use twigs and all.
My best memory from this trip was getting to interact with the kids. And yeah, just seeing the smiles on the kids' faces is really amazing.
In reaching out to help others, the volunteers themselves have gained some insights.
My students, when they come here, they are exposed to an environment where they didn't realize that water is so difficult. They didn't realize that the life is so difficult. And sometimes, our students are actually not from very well-doing family. After the trip, they find that they actually are very fortunate. So this realization makes them work even harder.
They don't have phone, they don't have computer, no internet, but still they are happy. It's like you don't need gadgets to make you happy, you just need small things to make you happy.
If small acts of kindness can bring on the brightest smiles, perhaps all it takes are small connections to change the world.
The moment they break ice with the locals, they will make friends very quickly and they can really get things rolling.
We get to talk to the villagers, make friends with them. I feel excited when I get to help them.
It encourages me to help people more. To see them smile, to see their happiness is my happiness too.
I'm seriously looking forward to come here again, help out doing this community work. Yeah.